All right, so number one, I'm going to rewrite and factor it. And so remember, vertical asymptotes, there's no holes because nothing divided out. Vertical asymptotes come because you can't divide by 0. So the zeros of the denominator create the vertical asymptotes. And a vertical asymptote is always x equals, because it's x minus 2 equals 0. X plus 2 equals 0. The excluded values, the zeros, make it undefined, so they become asymptotes. So I'm going to throw those on at 2 and negative 2. Now my horizontal asymptote, I'm going to check. I'm going to look at the degree of the top, which is actually 0. So my m is 0, and my n is 2. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to page 15 in the notes. So because m is less than n, I know my horizontal asymptote's at y equals 0. Which means there's going to be no x-intercepts. And you can tell because there's no x values in the numerator also. So now I'm going to check my y-intercept. And I do that by taking the original equation, which is the same. I mean, you can take the factored form too, but I'm going to take the original. And I'm going to have replace all the x's with 0. So I'm going to have negative 4 over 0 minus 4 is negative 4. It's going to go to 1. So I have a y-intercept at 1. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, there's no more points, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to check certain points to know if I sketch the asymptotes above or below. So remember, you got to check each section. So I'm going to take my equation, and I'm going to plug in negative 4. Which will give me negative 4 over 16 minus 4, which is negative 4 over 12, which is negative 1/3. So at negative 4, I'm at negative 1/3, which means I follow the asymptote on the bottom half. Okay, now I'm going to check 1 real quick. I'm going to just check to the left of that y-intercept. So I'm going to check 1, which gives me negative 4 over 1 minus 4 is negative 3. So negative divided by negative is a positive. So 4/3 is 1 1/3. So it'll be about right there. I'm going to quickly check negative 1, but negative 1 squared is 1, so it won't do any different. So I know that this follows the asymptotes and follows the quadratic type behavior and follows the asymptotes back up. Okay? Alright, then I'm going to check one more point. I'm going to check 4. So I'm going to put a 4 in. So I'm checking this x value at 4, right? And I'm seeing what's the output. So I know where to sketch my graph. So negative 4 on top, 16 minus 4, which gives me, again, negative 4 over 12. That's what I got earlier. Negative 1/3. And so it'll be about there. I'll follow it up. Okay? Alright, but I don't want that because it kind of looks like a hole and there's no hole there. Alright, there you go. Number 1.